headquarters of the International Criminal Court, the ICC, and my guest is Fatou Bensouda, the chief prosecutor. Despite her Gambian nationality, she's lost the support of many African nations who had first welcomed the court and have now decided that it's biased against them. Is she part of the solution or the problem? Fatou Bensouda, welcome to Conflict Zone.
Thank you.
13 years of your court's operation, $1 billion so far spent, 2 convictions. How can anybody say that this is worth the money?
Indeed, I would say it is worth the money. It is about the rule of law. It is about...
In 2 cases.
It is about ensuring that there is accountability. And it is not really about the number of convictions. It is important, of course, to have convictions. But what is more important is the impact that the court has had so far in its infancy.
Okay, but I want to talk to you about the impact it's had, because it stopped none of the global war crimes, a number of which seem to be going up and up. We've had Israel, Palestine, Sudan, Afghanistan, Libya, Syria, Egypt, Ukraine. No deterrent effect whatsoever visible from your court.
I beg to differ. I think that we should not be judging the court and its performance because atrocities.
What else can we judge it on?
Because atrocities are still being the court's performance, because the atrocities continue to be committed. If you take, for example, at the national level, the criminal justice system has been existing for several years, but it hasn't stopped people from committing crimes. So this should not be the measure in which the ICC is judged. It should be looked at for the preventive impact that it has had, and I believe it has had this, because the court is not only for investigating and prosecuting war crimes, but it also should have this preventive impact.
I understand, but we just listed the number of countries where it hasn't prevented anything from happening. And if we just take Egypt, for instance, August 2013, we had perhaps the largest single-day massacre of demonstrators in a single day in recent history, according to Human Rights Watch, according to other human rights groups. Your court, and I gather you gave a number of procedural reasons why your court couldn't get involved in this, but your court had nothing to say about this, nothing to say whatsoever about one of the most serious crimes to take place on your watch. Why is that?
We have, Tim, to remember that the court operates based on jurisdiction. The jurisdiction that we have, and we have to follow strictly this legal mandate according to the Rome Statute.
Then the statute is no longer fit for purpose, is it? If it can't prevent the largest single-day massacre in recent history, or have anything to say about it afterwards, or follow up with any investigation, then it's not fit for purpose, is it?
I do believe it is still fit for purpose for those who have signed and ratified the Rome Statute and are members of the International Criminal Court. This is what we should remember, that the ICC cannot operate in situation where we do not have jurisdiction.
What would have prevented you, Madam Prosecutor, of saying, for instance, we have reason to believe there has been killing on a massive scale, and we are watching this in case it falls within our jurisdiction later on, or the Security Council refers it to us? You could have said that. You could have said something to show that you're watching, you're aware, because you're the court of last resort in this world today.
I do not think that it is my mandate or falls within my mandate, or it's my responsibility to make pronouncements in all and every situations where these atrocity crimes have been committed.
This isn't all and every. This is one of the most serious.
I believe it's very serious, and I know that I know it's very serious, and I do know that again, innocent people have suffered, victims. I am aware of that, and I would decry anytime that these kind of crimes have been committed. But as a prosecutor of the International Criminal Court, I have to know where I can speak out or where I cannot. Where I do not have jurisdiction, I do not think it is proper for me to make pronouncement regarding that.
Small wonder then that people are losing faith in this court, and they are losing faith in this court, aren't they? You said over Sudan and Darfur, you actually told the Security Council that countless victims have been demoralized, didn't you? You said, after all, who can blame them when attaining justice appears so remote, not the least because of the absence of adequate follow-up and support from the Security Council. You went to the Security Council, you pointed a finger at them, and you said you're letting down the victims. But you're letting them down in all these other countries as well, aren't you?
Where we have jurisdiction. In Sudan, we were giving jurisdiction, or we were... The situation...
And you still
the situation was referred, if you may allow me to just respond. The situation in Darfur, as you know, was referred to the ICC by the UN Security Council, and this gave us the mandate to be able to intervene in that situation and exercise that mandate.
But you failed. But nonetheless,
I do not believe that we have failed. I do not believe. What I have been emphasizing to the UN Security Council is that since they referred this situation to us, to the ICC, they also have a responsibility to support us in the investigations and prosecutions that we are undertaking in Darfur. And when I refer to the victims, I'm referring to the victims of the crimes that were committed in the Sudan.
You say Darfur. This isn't a failure, but you actually told the Security Council year after year, victims' hopes and aspirations for justice and a durable peace have been dashed. These are your words.
This is true. This is true. And
this is a failure on a grand scale, isn't it?
I believe, Tim, we're taking this out of context. As I said, the situation in the Sudan, in Darfur, was referred to the ICC by the UN Security Council.
I understand this, but you're part of a system that has failed.
They have a responsibility, the UN Security Council, to support the ICC, to support the Office of the Prosecutor in the investigations of this case. And they are not doing that. I therefore will have to keep on reminding them that that responsibility, that duty is theirs. What we are supposed to do...
But my point is, you're part of this system.
What we are supposed to do... I don't disagree with that. What we are supposed to do as an Office of the Prosecutor is to investigate these crimes. This is our responsibility. When the referral was made to us, we investigated these crimes under very difficult circumstances. As you know, the Sudan has not agreed to cooperate with the ICC, and we had to investigate without going to Sudan.
I understand this.
And that was our responsibility.
But the result...
Our responsibility is to investigate.
But the result is, as you put it, the frustration and resignation of the victims in the face of inaction must weigh heavily on our collective conscience. And my question to you is, does it weigh on your conscience too?
I think I've said that. I've been loud and clear in saying that. It does, because this is a system. The court cannot work alone. The court needs cooperation.